Okay, let's go to this part. There is another conversation here. We're going to listen. Please listen, and you are going to read it. I'm going to explain it for you. Number 8. Listen, please. Oh my god, wait a minute. I should find it.
Model. Exercise A. Read and listen to a conversation about local customs.
Do you mind if I ask you about something?
Of course not. What's up?
Okay, what's it? See? What is happening? What's it?
I'm not sure about the customs here.
Customs. Custom traditions.
If someone invites you for dinner, should you bring the host a gift?
Yes, it's a good idea. But the gift that you bring should be inexpensive.
Inexpensive. It means it shouldn't be very expensive. It's a cheap one. For example, candy, flowers, chocolate, something like this.
Would it be appropriate to bring flowers?
Definitely.
For sure. Definitely means absolutely. Completely. For sure. Of course.
Thanks. That's really helpful.
Helpful. It means you helped me very much. You see? It was a good hint. Read it, record your voice and send it to me, please. Let's go to the grammar part. Adjective clauses with object relative pronouns who, whom, and that. As I explained just for you, in some adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the subject of clause. In other adjectives clauses, the relative pronoun is object of the clause. So, look at this part. Who as object, subject. People are the guests. People who are the guests should bring the gift. وقتی که who به عنوان یه سابجکت باشه سابجکت یعنی چی؟ یعنی فاعل فاعل یعنی چی؟ کسی که کاری رو انجام میده people who are the guests should bring the gift کی باید هدیه بیاره؟ the guest اونی که میخواد بره مهمونی so they are subject افرادی هستن که دارن یه کاری انجام میدن اونا هستن که میخوان برن مهمونی اونا هستن که میخوان هدیه رو ببرن به کسی که کاری رو انجام میده میگیم subject حالا اگر این who یعنی این جمله بیاد توضیحی باشه در مورد این پیپل این افرادی که میخوان کاری رو انجام بدن اوکی we use who چطور این رو به هم متصل میکنیم یه دونه فاعل داریم توضیح میدیم در موردش بعد بقیه جمله people who are the guests افرادی که معنی که میده افرادی که کسانی که are the guests مهمان هستن should bring the gifts کیا پس هدیه میارن کادو میارن مهمون میارن the people are the guests the people are the guests who as subject you invite the people sorry who as object you invite the people who you invite should bring the gift حالا بعضی وقتا هست این people object یعنی این people کسی نیست که کاری انجام بده شما اینا رو دعوت کردین so بازم از هم who استفاده میکنیم people who you invite should bring it پس اینجا نگاه نکته مهمش اینه که وقتی شما دارین در مورد انسان ها صحبت میکنین میخواین توضیحی بدین حالا چه اون آدم رو دعوت کرده باشین چه اون آدم مهمون باشه میشه طرز بیانش مختلفه ولی شما از who استفاده میکنید who میتونید از whom هم استفاده کنید از that هم میتونید استفاده کنید whom یکم فرمال تره رسمی تره that اینفورمال تره غیر رسمی تره look at this part and the people who are that or whom you invite should bring it میتونیم از who استفاده کنیم that یا whom فرقی نمیکنه the gifts that you bring should be expensive نگاه گفتم اگر غیر از انسان داشتین توضیح در مورد چیزی میدادین از that استفاده کنید از who استفاده نمی‌کنیم چون gift که انسان نیست so we use that in order to explain it the gifts you bring should be inexpensive okay we don't use it here when the relative pronoun is subject of the clause it's not be omitted look at this part this is really important the people so look at here don't say the people who you invite them should bring the gifts The people who you invite them should be بچه ببینید اینجا این نکته خیلی مهمه اینو فارسی میگم قسمت هایی که فوق العاده مهمه این بحثش هم خیلی سنگینه یه ذره دقت کنید لطفا The people who you invite میگه افرادی که شما دعوت میکنید بعد یه دم آورده گذاشته اینجا میگه این دمو ننویسید حالا چراشو بهتون میگم میگه افرادی که شما دعوت میکنین دوباره پس یه بار افرادو گفتین who شما پس دوباره دارید نشون دهنده این همین افراد بهتون گفتم این بالا افرادی که این که نشون دهنده همین افراد. پس یه بار گفتیم افرادی که، بعد دوباره داریم این افرادی که، بعد این دم هم دوباره برمیگرده به این افراد، میشه برای بار سومه که شما دارین تکرار میکنین این افراد و پس جمله خیلی رپتیتیو میشه، خیلی تکراری میشه. پس این کار ما انجام نمیدیم، زوائد رو باید حذف کنیم. So we don't use them. The people who you invite should bring the gifts. افرادی که دعوت میکنید باید هدیه بیارن. حالت غلطش رو براتون میخونم نگاه کنید. The people who you invite them should bring the gifts. افرادی که شما دعوت میکنین آنها، دوباره بگید آنها باید هدیه بیارن. پس این آنهایی که بار دوم گفتم این اضافه هست، چون شما یه بار گفتین افرادی، کسانی که شما دعوت میکنین هدیه بیارن، پس بعد 3 بار تکرارش نمی‌کنیم. So this them should be omitted. اینو نباید استفاده کنیم. الان تو این تمرین داریم. Look at here. Putting butter on child's noodles birthday tradition. People observe on Atlantic coast of Canada. In this part, look at here. Putting butter on child's nose on birthday is a birthday tradition. This is a tradition. گفتم برای tradition غیر از انسان باشه who استفاده نمی‌کنیم. از چی استفاده می‌کنیم؟ that. Look at here. You should find the errors. علتش رو باید پیدا کنید. The tomatoes that people throw them at each other during a tomatina in Bonel, Spain make a terrible mess. گوجه هایی که مردم پرتاب میکنن به هم دیگه during در طول این لوتوماتیا، این جشن لوتوماتیا در اسپانیا، خسارات مثلا خیلی زیاده روی و خیلی خسارات به جا میذاره و اسراف. Okay. The tomatoes that people threw. The tomatoes that. آیا این درسته یا غلطه؟ Find the errors. شما بگید درسته یا غلطه. گفتم برای tomatoes چیز غیر از انسان that میتونیم استفاده کنیم. Yes. Who? What about who? Who میتونه استفاده کنیم؟ No. اگر انسان بود میتونستید، اما گوجه که انسان نیست so we use that. Next one. The performer sang what is it? The fire for? Yeah. The fireworks people set them off during the summer festival in Japan are very beautiful. The fireworks that, look at here. The people who. گفتم اگر انسان نبود بعدش چی میاریم؟ The fireworks میشه آتش بازی. بعدش باید چی بیارم؟ گفتم اگر انسان نبود اون صفحه کوریا بود. توضیح دادم. The fireworks that people set off during the summer festival in Japan very beautiful. این دم هم گفتم تکراری شد. حذفش میکنم. The fireworks that people set off during the summer festival in Japan are very beautiful. So you should add that and then omit them because this is repetitive and we should omit it. گفتم تکراری ها رو باید حذف کنید. It's really important. Be careful. Instead of who you can use that هم. به جای who در دوم هم میتونید استفاده کنید. If I spoke in Farsi, one negative for the teacher. Let's go. Grammar. Complete the adjective clause in each sentence using cause. It means the signs. Omit the relative pronouns when possible. Let's do it. Traditional Chinese dress she is wearing is called gongcheongsang. Yes. The traditional Chinese dress she is wearing the dress. نگاه میگه اون لباس چینی سنتی که she is wearing the dress. دوباره نگاه اون لباس سنتی چینی she is wearing the dress. اون لباس رو پوشیده is called cheongsang. پس چی شد؟ میگه اون لباس سنتی، اون دوباره اون خانومه دوباره اونو پوشیده، اسمشو داره میگه. خب یه بار که لباس اینجا گفت، یه بار دیگه هم داره اینجا میگه. پس ما این لباس دومیه رو حذف میکنیم. The traditional Chinese dress she is wearing is called cheongsang. دو بار لباس رو آورده. dress. ما این درس دومیه رو حذف میکنیم چون اول جمله اومدیم با تاکید یه بار گفتیمش. چون همش فارسی باید توضیح بدم. Why don't you understand that? What should I do? Okay. The man yesterday playing mariachi band. You met the man yesterday. The man رو یه بار اینجا آوردیم، یه بار دیگه آوردیمش اینجا. پس این the man دومیه رو حذف می‌کنیم برای جمله. The man you met yesterday plays in mariachi band. The young people you saw, yeah, the young people in parade were all wearing traditional costumes. The young people is here. The young people is again here. So we are with the second one and completed. The young people you saw in the parade were all wearing traditional costumes. You do this too. Take a photo and send it to me. Thank you very much. Let's go to the pronunciation part. In the pronunciation part, we are going to repeat the words.
Page 7.
Number 10. Listen, please. Number 10.
Page 79. Pronunciation. Thought groups. Exercise A. Thought groups clarify the meaning of sentences. Notice how sentence rhythm indicates how thoughts are grouped. Read and listen. 1.
The person who comes for dinner should bring flowers.
2.
The man we invited to the party is from Senegal.
3.
3.
The song that you were listening to is fado music from Portugal.
4.
4.
The Cherry Blossom Festival is a tradition that people observe in Japan every spring.
Okay, repeat them. After repeating, please record your voice and send it to me. Let's go to this conversation. There is a conversation. Do you mind if I ask you about something? You see, we are talking about inviting a person to for dinner, inviting a person to a party, giving a gift, and you see these are the options. You are going to fill in the blanks, take a photo, and send it to me. Thanks. Let's go to holidays. You see, there is a text here. We're going to listen. I'm going to explain the words for you. You should read it for me, record your voice, and send it to me, please. And we are going to answer the questions after doing this part. So be careful and listen carefully, please. Number 11.
Page 80. Reading. Read and listen. Holidays around the world.
Ramadan, the month of fasting.
Okay, let me tell you something. Ramadan, fast روزه گرفتن.
Well, throughout the year is the typical greeting during Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, a special occasion for over 1 billion Muslims throughout the world.
You see, 1 billion Muslims. It means there are lots of people around the world who believe in it.
According to Islamic tradition, Ramadan marks the time when Muhammad received the word of God through the Quran. Throughout
Quran, Muhammad Rasul Akram.
the month, Muslims fast, totally abstaining from food and drink from the break of dawn until the setting of the sun. It is also a time of increased worship and giving to the poor and the community.
Okay, this is the increased time of worship. It means in this time, this is worshiping, saying prayers, offering prayers. Okay, this is worshiping. Increased worship, it means lots of people say prayers more than usual times in the year. You see, more than usual times in the year. For example, you can say lots of prayers.
Ramadan ends with the festival of Eid al-Fitr, 3 days of family celebrations and eating.
Okay, Eid al-Fitr. Okay, celebration. It means gathering together, having parties and celebrations, and eating in this Eid. Let's go to this one.
The Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year is celebrated by Chinese around the world and marks the beginning of the first month in the Chinese calendar.
Okay, celebrate. I told you, gather together in order to enjoy yourself in a party.
The celebration usually takes place in February and lasts for 15 days.
And takes place, happens. It takes place, it means happens, like this.
Before the holiday begins, families clean out their houses to sweep away bad luck, and they decorate their doors with red paper and big Chinese characters for happiness, wealth, and longevity.
Okay, decorate their doors. It means design the doors. For example, they put flowers and I don't know, ribbons, and they make it beautiful. And longevity, happiness, health, and longevity. It means have healthy life for a long time.
The night before, families gather together for a delicious meal. Outside,
For a delicious meal. Meal means food.
people set off firecrackers that make loud noises all through the night.
Firecrackers and fireworks. Firecrackers, fireworks.
In the morning, children wish their parents a healthy and happy new year and receive red envelopes with money inside. It is customary for people to give each other small gifts of fruits and sweets and to visit older family members.
Simón Bolívar's birthday. Simón Bolívar was born on July 24th, 1783, in Caracas, Venezuela. He is known throughout Latin America as the Liberator because he led the fight for independence from Spain.
Okay,
His-
independence from Spain. It means to not be dependent, be free and live for yourself. Be free from another people. Here means Spanish.
Armies freed Venezuela, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. He is memorialized in many ways, but two countries celebrate his birthday every July 24th, Venezuela and Ecuador. On that day, schools and most general businesses are closed, and there are military parades and government ceremonies. But the
Ceremonies. It means formal parties.
malls are open, and people usually use the holiday to go shopping.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next part. Complete a chart based on the information that we just read it. For example, give gifts. Do people on this holiday people give gifts? Ramadan, Chinese New Year, or Bolivar's birthday? Take a look at here in this part. They receive red envelopes with money inside. They give gifts together. This is Chinese New Year. Wear costume again, Chinese New Year. Pray. Look at this one. In which one people were praying, worshipping the God? Ramadan. So we should mark Ramadan. Wish each other well, Chinese. Get together with their families. You see, in this part we had it, and also in this part I think we had it with families. For 3 days they had a Eid, and they were gathering together. So in this part we had, so some of them can be both of them. Which holiday is celebrated more than one country? Ramadan, Chinese Year, or Simon Bolivar's birthday? Take a look at here in Simon Bolivar's birthday. Um, every year it was in Venezuela and I think Ecuador. Two countries celebrated, Venezuela and Ecuador. Yeah, so more than one country. And take a look at here, Ramadan. Um, Over 1 billion Muslims through the world. It means more than what many countries have Muslims. So it's more than countries. But Chinese New Year, it was just for Chinese people. So complete this part. Take a photo and send it to me, please. And in this part, you should select a historical, seasonal holiday or religious holiday in your country. For example, we have Ramadan here, and seasonal holiday can be New Year's holiday, Nowruz holiday, and write them here. Then purpose. What is the purpose of a seasonal holiday? For example, Nowruz holiday is for welcome, saying welcome to the new year. For example, the type of food, lots of candies. Music, traditional music. Type of clothing, people wear beautiful and new clothes, bright colors. Other traditions, right? For example, they sing, sang, they dance together. I don't know. They drink together, eat together, just something. We go to visit their relatives and grandparents. Write the information here, take a photo and send it to me. Okay, let's go to the vocabulary. There is a part, it's really important. Okay, where is it? I forgot it. You see, there are words I'm going to read them. An engagement, an agreement to marry someone, get engaged is verb. A marriage ceremony party, the set of actions that formally makes two single people become a married couple, get married. Wedding, a formal marriage ceremony, especially one with a religious service. A reception, a large formal party after a wedding ceremony. Honeymoon, a vacation taken by two newlywed after their wedding. Fiance. You see, these are the explanations. You should find the meaning in the dictionary. Yes. A finance, a man who is engaged, a fiance, a man who is engaged, fiancé, a woman who is engaged, bride, a woman at the time she gets married, groom, a woman that at the time he gets married, newlywed, the bride and groom immediately after wedding. You see, there are some traditions here. Look at here. The bride threw the bouquet after the wedding. You see, this is a bouquet. She throws a bunch of flowers to others. The woman who catches it believes to be the next get married. This is the tradition. This is a bouquet. It means a very beautiful design kind of flower. The newlywed cut the cake together at the wedding. The groom carries the bride across the threshold. This is threshold. It means the door of new home. Through the doorway to their new home. Soon after wedding, they go to the honeymoon. Okay, let's go to this part. We are going to listen part 1 and 2. First, you should number the A, B, C. For example, the first one is are they talking about Indian couple get engaged after, for example, um, a long time before the wedding? Is it right or not? There are lots of preparation, and India wedding lasts four days. Which of a statement best summarize the information? You see, we're going to listen, and they're talking about Indian celebration for a wedding. Which topic is the best one? Then you are going to write the information, the details. For example, a traditional Hindu wedding celebration can last for more than 2 days or 5 days. I guess 2 days. Let's listen together. So select one of them as the best topic of the text, and then you write the details. Be careful about the details. Number 14. Number 14. Oh my God, 14. Ah, 14. Listen, please.
Page 82. Listening comprehension. Exercise B. Listen for details. Listen again to part 1 and circle the best way to complete each statement. Part 1.
In India, Hindu wedding traditions vary from state to state. But most families are known to go out of their way to make a wedding a huge celebration which can last for as long as 5 days or more.
Okay, lasts for more than 5 days. Okay, more than 5 days.
It is common for wedding preparations to start a year before the actual date.
A year before the actual date. Oh,
After a couple gets engaged to be married, the date for the wedding is chosen very carefully based on the bride and groom's birthdays and other details to bring good luck. 2 days before the wedding, celebrations begin at the groom's home. This is called making the groom. Musicians visit his home as early as 4 in the morning
you see, musicians visit groom's home in the morning.
and play traditional music while the groom's relatives and neighbors come to see him. While there, they make decorations from mango leaves, which will later be used at the wedding ceremony. Next, someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil.
Okay, someone washes the groom's face with coconut or olive oil.
His face is painted with a black dot on each cheek and a spot between his eyes. Then an older person in the family offers the groom money as a gift. The bride goes
Offers the groom money. They give money to the groom.
through a ceremony before the wedding called making the bride. Her face, arms, hands, and feet are painted attractively by her relatives, leaving her skin a red color.
Okay, this is the bride's skin.
This process takes many hours to do and requires a lot of patience.
Okay, which topic is the best? Do it. Take a photo and send it to me. Let's go to the next part. What is the information mainly about? We are going to listen to a part. Are they talking about wedding ceremony, honeymoon, or reception after the wedding? You should check their statement if it is true or not. For example, number one, are the relatives wash the bride or groom's hand? You should check the information. Wait a minute, please.
Exercise C. Listen for main ideas. Now listen to part 2 of the lecture. What is the information mainly about? Part 2.
The wedding ceremony is usually held in the evening. When the bride and groom arrive, there's a lot of noise and music. Members.
Okay. You are just going to select this part. You see, don't think about part three. Just in this part, is it about wedding ceremony, honeymoon, or reception after that?
The family wash their feet and sprinkle flowers and water on them. The couple sits in chairs under a special roof made of leaves and flowers. While the bride is seated behind a cloth so the groom can't see her, the guests eat and enjoy the wedding feast. Then, when it's near the end of the feast, the cloth is removed and the music is played again. It's considered bad luck to sneeze at this moment. All the guests clap their hands while the music is playing. Then, one by one, the guests come to the couple and throw rice grains at their heads for prosperity. Everyone wishes the couple well. Then the couple gives each other rings made of flowers and handfuls of rice. The groom places a golden necklace over the bride's neck. Finally, the groom places a second necklace around the bride's neck to signify the end of the wedding.
Okay, now in this part, which one? We're talking about which one? You should select, and then in this part, you are going to write if the sentence is true or false. Which one is right? Listen again, please.
Exercise C. Listen for main ideas.
No, we are
now
talking
listen
about
to part
part 2.
2 of the lecture.
Which one is true or
What
false?
is the information mainly about? Part 2.
The wedding ceremony is usually held in the evening. When the bride and groom arrive, there's a lot of noise and music. Members of the family wash their feet and sprinkle flowers and water on them. The couple sits in chairs under a special roof made of leaves and flowers. While the bride is seated behind a cloth so the groom can't see her, the guests eat and enjoy the wedding feast. Then, when it's near the end of the feast, the cloth is removed and the music is played again. It's considered bad luck to sneeze at this moment. All the guests clap their hands while the music is playing. Then, one by one, the guests come to the couple and throw rice grains at their heads for prosperity. Everyone wishes the couple well. Then the couple gives each other rings made of flowers and handfuls of rice. The groom places a golden necklace over the bride's neck. Finally, the groom places a second necklace around the bride's neck to signify the end of the wedding.
Okay, so do this part, take a photo and send it to me. Let's go to this. There are some sentences here. Read them. You read them, record your voice, and send it to me. Then let me know which one of them do you think is the best and you like it, and explain why do you like it. For example, look at this Italian proverb: marry off your son when you wish, marry off your daughter when you can. What do you understand? For example, I understand something different from you. You see, select one of them, read it, read all of them, select one of them, and explain which one do you like more. You see, these are proverbs and sayings from different countries. Which one do you think is familiar with our traditions? Record your voice and send it to me. Thank you very much. And in your country, what do you do before wedding? Write it here. At the wedding ceremony, at the party, what do you do? And after the wedding, write it, complete the information, take a photo and send it to me. And no, this page. We are in this part. There is a listening part. You should write first. Are we talking about engagement, reception, or honeymoon? Which one? And then write it if it is true or false. For example, the woman who is asking the groom. For example, in this part, are they giving the right information or wrong? Which one is talking? The woman who is speaking is the bride. For example, for number 3, there is a person who is speaking. Is the woman who is speaking the bride? If it is right, true, right. T, if it is false, see, if it is true, right, true, it is right. If it is false, right, false, or negative. And you should select about which topic are we talking. Are we talking about? Are they talking about engagement, reception, honeymoon, bride, groom, relative? Which one? You see? Listen, please. Answer the question. Write it. Take a photo and send it to me. Number 17. Number 17. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, please.
Exercise A. Listen to each conversation and circle the occasion or the people they are talking about. Conversation 1. Check out these pictures we took in Tahiti.
Oh, these are really nice. Is that your wife?
Yes, we took off right after the reception.
How
He
romantic.
said we took out right after the reception. So they are talking about the reception. You should say if it is false or right. The man who is speaking is the groom. Yes. True. Okay, answer.
How long were you there?
10 days. Conversation 2.
Hey, congratulations. I heard the news.
Thanks. I guess everyone knows now.
That's great. So when's the date?
In September. We've got a lot of planning to do.
Well, the great thing is that you've decided to tie the knot. Congratulations.
Conversation 3. Is it true what I hear? That you caught the bouquet?
Uh-huh. She threw it right to me.
Well, you've been great friends since childhood, right?
Yeah, we have. I'm so happy for her.
Conversation 4.
Can you believe how much money they paid for this reception?
I know. It's unbelievable. It must have cost a fortune.
I heard the parents and grandparents all wanted a really big wedding. They must have a lot of money.
Well, you know what they say. Weddings are really for the family.
I guess so. Everyone does seem to be having a wonderful time.
Okay. Let's go to this part. A completed statement using verbs from the unit vocabulary. Write the name of holiday. Name of a holiday when people have fireworks. Set up fireworks. For example, Charshamba Street. Name a holiday when people having picnics. For example, Sizavada. Name a holiday when people give gifts together. For example, birthdays. And wish well other well, I guess, for example, Nowruz holiday. Complete this part, take a photo and send it to me. And complete a statement with adjective clause. Find information in this unit if necessary. A groom is a man who has just gotten married. Eid al-Fitr is a religious holiday which is celebrated at the end of Ramadan. Honeymoon is a vacation which occurs just after the wedding. A hanbok is a traditional dress which is worn in Korea. You see, answer this part, take a photo and send it to me. On a separate sheet of paper, complete a statement about local traditions in your country. So you are going to talk about your country. If someone invites you to his or her house for dinner, you should, for example, bring some candy to them. Or if someone gives an expensive gift, you should give it back again. Give another expensive gift in response. If you are invited to formal wedding, you should wear a suit, for example. If a friend or colleagues get engaged, you should buy flowers for them, for example. Just write answer, complete information based on whatever you know. Writing describe the different holidays that are celebrated in your country. Include as many details. So you are going to write about the parties in your country. For example, I select Nowruz holiday. What kind of holiday is it? It's a seasonal holiday. When it is celebrated, it is celebrated at the beginning of the spring. How it is celebrated? For example, we have seen, and then we gather around it at a table, and you can explain what do we use in have seen and why we use them. Explain, please. And what do people do in Nowruz holiday, for example? You can change based on whatever you like. For example, they have a party, they eat delicious food together, they say they wish the best for each other, wear beautiful and new clothes. Complete this part with lots of details, whatever details that you know. Take a photo and send it to me. And in this part, you see there are two pieces of information here, and two people are having conversation. Based on these parts, you are going to make dialogue and talk about the ceremonies, make dialogue, take a photo and send it to me. Thank you very much. Let's call it a day and see you. Bye bye.